to the Wrestling Fan and Wrestling Show. I'm the big beefy boy, Shaz Beef, and today I'm joined by my fellow old buck in Morro. How are you, good sir? You've returned back to proper 3D reality now?
I see you turned the camera on this week, Shane.
Is the red light definitely on?
The red light is on, I can see it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody noticed.
And like the funny part is, me and Dunn for like 10 minutes in, we were like, am I in the camera shot here?
Yeah, of course you are.
Fucking turned on.
You should have known. I can't see it.
I don't know jack shit about this. I'm still trying to learn how to edit.
Yeah, you were meant to bring down your laptop so we can get some clips from All Elite Morro.
Was I supposed to bring it down?
I don't know. I have to show you how to edit.
Yeah, you need to show. Well, do you know what? I learned how to extract the audio.
Yeah, but you need to do some processing on that audio because I turned it on in the car from Spotify and I could barely hear it.
There's so much to it.
I know. I was doing it, sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just turn up the volume.
Right, so I have to now. I just learned how to extract the audio. Now I need to learn how to process the audio. Then I need to learn how to clip stuff.
Yeah.
I'm also trying to do that.
Up in portrait.
In what? Portrait?
Portrait mode, no.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Not landscape.
Okay, I'll go, like, literally.
Because I'm getting caught up with, like, loads of different videos for other stuff and making entrance videos for wrestlers and stuff, so I don't get to, like, clip up as much as...
No,
as
I've always wanted to help with that. It's just a skill set that it's not easy to fucking do. Like.
I'm very skilled, Morro.
You're good at it, like, because you do, like, entrance videos for people. Like, you can edit. I don't even want to know how to edit. I just want to know how to take a fucking 30-second clip. It's hard.
To annoy people.
Well, that's all I seem to be doing.
Well, no, you got a good reaction on All Elite Morro after SummerSlam. There's a lot of people, chat was hopping.
Chat was hopping.
Yeah, still losing in the ratings.
Fucking slightly, though. No, you've pulled away in the last couple of days.
Yeah, if we were like, I was like, oh, Morro's beating us in the ratings.
Well, see, I get an artificial bump by being live.
Yeah, and people clicking in and clicking out, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Like that, like I don't know really how the view stuff works, but I feel like being live gives me the artificial bump because, like, I'll end an episode and it'll say like 90 viewers, but if you look at like the actual concurrent, it's like max concurrent of like 12 or whatever, or 10 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we have a few cool Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show official podcasts, not Outlaw Mud Show, All Elite Morro. Coming up, we were meant to have
Randy Savage was an Outlaw Mud
Show. I know, yeah. We were meant to have Ahmed with Love coming down talking about his big show up in Dublin. We're going to talk about music in wrestling.
We're going to do that, though, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And then Mark from Wrestle Mobs, who looks at that would be very interesting.
I'm really excited for that.
With all this whole ESPN talk and WWE.
Yeah. I have loads of thoughts on that. I'd say like he seems to be very knowledgeable.
Yeah,
on that
and he trained as well.
Yeah,
so it'd be nice to get his perspective on things. We talked about WWE Unreal on the last episode, and
we got a mixed response, didn't we?
Did we?
Well, like it's the typical
on clips, like
well, the clips always.
I think there's only 2 clips that went.
Yeah, it was the clip of me saying I thought it was shit.
Yeah,
and then people saying take this guy off WWE content.
He's always giving out. See, the thing is, it used to be WWE and AEW.
Yeah,
but now I'm gone off WWE. I messaged into the chat after SummerSlam. I was like, lads, I don't think I can watch this. Maybe when the Rumble rolls back around, I might give it another go. But like,
it's just shit at the moment. Like,
I feel like I'm wasting my time, especially with the John Cena face turn again.
How much of your dislike or distaste for WWE at the moment comes from the positioning of Cena, do you think? Because you're anti-Cena anyway.
Well,
like, are you anti-WWE or anti-Cena?
No, well, I was very intrigued by the initial...
You were actually.
John Cena heel turn.
Yeah, when
I was
we did the review.
I was buzzing. Like, and you can look back on clips and talk about how positive I was from it.
Not to pat my own back, but I fucking called it.
You did say he'd turn back, and like probably I knew he was eventually going to turn and see the error of his ways, but like in such a bad fashion. Like they're like, so basically what happened was he came out and said, "I'm a good guy now." So for the last 6 months, you've basically told me that I've wasted my time watching you.
But I was delighted with that because my prediction was he will turn face again by SummerSlam, and he did it the night before SummerSlam.
So stupid. Like, well, after Cody, like the only saving grace I think they might have is that like Cena was knocked out when he signed the contract, so you know he thought he'd be a good guy and try and win, and he ended up losing. So he's gonna be like, well, that was null and void. But then they brought back Brock, and Brock has to be a heel.
Oh, I think the reason they turned Cena face was
for Brock.
Yeah.
But stupid, like you've just told me my time doesn't matter now because I invested in your storylines, and John Martin even said, like,
John had been always saying,
let it play out, and they played out badly.
And he actually, I think he said, I'm going to paraphrase. I don't have to direct quote him, but I'm done letting it play out. Basically, is what he said. Yeah,
because
he's the most positive man in the world.
Yeah, it's like you're not rewarding me for investing my time in. And
no,
we spoke about this. I was talking with a few like actual wrestlers who were buzzing, and they really enjoyed the match. They're like,
the match was deadly.
Yeah, and I was like, it was a good match, but like every time that we're on this podcast, we talk about from a story perspective. You know, like John's a writer. You know, I've been involved in film. I've
written plays.
You've written plays and stuff. You know, that's why we're interested in, because I don't think it's very interesting to go, oh, they botched that, or that was really bad match, or whatever, and breaking down the dynamics of it. I'm just like, the story of it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I do, because I don't know enough about the intricacies of like fucking moves to be able to like. I can break down like a structure of a match.
Yeah,
but like the intricacies, I don't fucking know jack shit about that. Like,
yeah. So it's just from a story perspective. That's what we try and talk about. And from a story perspective, John Cena's run as a heel has failed. In my opinion, I think I talked about it before, how he wasn't committing to it, or it wasn't being committed to, because they had T-shirts and merch to sell. You know, the only thing that really changed about his presentation was the entrance video that went black and white,
and his promo style.
Well, the promo style was just,
but that even that didn't even get over. Yeah,
it was bad acting. So like, obviously, if they course corrected it, like remember the time Randy Orton became a face for a while.
Yeah,
where after he beat Redacted at SummerSlam and Evolution turned him, and then he was a face for like about a month, and then they turned it back heel.
Yeah, it was like about 2-3 months, I'd say.
And they were like, all right, this obviously hasn't worked. He's such a shit.
Yeah, he's not.
Heel.
He was so young, and he didn't. Like, you know, he was.
John
green.
Cena's heel turn could have been great.
It should have been great.
Yeah, and
if
like,
they did anything,
we only have 12 dates now of him left.
Apparently,
so maybe that's why they were like, we're running out of steam. Maybe it was always the plan to do it at SummerSlam, and it just wasn't work. Like, it did not work. I always
felt like in my mind is I knew from WrestleMania that they would do Cody Cena for SummerSlam. You know, when they announced the stadium and 2 nights.
Yeah.
I was like, right, it's a fucking stadium. They're going to have to, it's like, they can't do like, remember last year was Cody versus Solo. Like, you can't do that shit again. So I knew it would be Cody Cena. And I felt like the turn would happen almost like maybe a post-match thing.
Yeah.
Where, you know, they'd have the handshake or whatever. I felt it would happen like that. And then you would get that the next few months of Cena's babyface.
Because I thought, like, even before when they were building to Roman coming back and his friction with Cody and all that, and you know, I thought they told that story quite well. But it comes up to this whole January 6th thing and the Netflix deal. It's gone off a cliff for me.
Personally, it started before that for me. I felt even like around Survivor Series, it was like
War Games.
Yeah, like I thought War Games wasn't built very well. I think Punk saved War Games. The injection of Punk energy into that saved that story, but it was still very muddied. So I felt the writing was on the wall late in the year.
Yeah.
And then we kind of got to see, you know, but like we reviewed January 6th Netflix.
Yeah.
Like that was bad. Like,
it was terrible.
And
I hate coming on shitting about it. I said it, like the Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show was created because we love wrestling, and I feel like lately, because WWE is like the biggest organization and the most watched one, when we're talking about it, it's just ripping on it. Like, I really enjoyed, I don't know, like one of the guys you follow, Meltzer's boy, he shit all over Punk and Gunther. I really enjoyed that match.
I did love that.
I thought it was a good slog of a match. Shit didn't look fucking slick like it always does. It just looked like...
I didn't love that. I didn't hate the match.
I really enjoyed it. I was really into it.
Like, you know, I always do the thing of, that match was fine.
But it was unlike anything that WWE has produced recently, at least.
And like, to do that style, there's only a certain amount of people who can do that style and still like have the sloppy match that's actually good.
Yeah.
Like, because there's lots of people who can do sloppy bad.
People are going, CM Punk look gassed, and like maybe he did, but I think that added to the story. He couldn't keep up with the behemoth that is Gunther.
I'm worried about Punk at the moment, ability wise to hang at that level.
Nah.
Like, I hope I'm wrong.
He had great, like, even look back last year, it's not even a year yet, like Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
He had a great WrestleMania match.
Yeah, but like, here's my thing, right? And I've said this earlier in the year as well. Is like, remember when we were talking about like booking our WrestleMania card? I was like, I made the point of like, you only have a couple of good years left of Punk. No matter what, the man is 40, yeah.
Punk and Cody, I think, is the way that they need to go.
I think so too.
Punk and Cody would be great. But I think they, like... Do
you think they should turn
once
Punk
again, WWE... Punk as a heel would be great. But WWE as... I think they should do what they did with John Cena with CM Punk. And that he would fucking make that work
imagine
so
how
much
good
better.
he'd be.
But I think by doing the cash-in... Money in the Bank in itself, we could do a podcast on that, on how that is just so...
It's a dead concept.
Well, it's not, because WWE, your man Drewski came out and was like, we're SummerSlam, where memes are made. And you're like, what? No, I'm not here for the memes.
It's a dead concept in terms of storytelling. For the audience WWE have cultivated in terms of moments, it's not a dead concept.
Yeah, because but we've spoke about this before. They're doing... And I think you kind of disagreed with me because you said it wasn't their business model or modus operandi, but they're wrestling for clips. That's what they're doing for their moments. They're doing it so they can clip it up.
Did I disagree with that?
I think you disagreed when I tried to say that they're wrestling, like they're looking to generate revenue off that sweet YouTube ad.
I think
stuff.
I don't think that's their business model.
Yeah.
I think in terms of revenue.
Yeah.
But I do think it's like their business model in terms of, I think they are going for viral moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to flood the media landscape with viral moments. I don't know if they see that as like a direct revenue stream from YouTube, but it might create revenue streams in terms of the growth of the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they can go to ESPN and say we got X amount of views.
I broke down the numbers on that.
Is that low?
It's insane.
That's great for them.
I know, it's fantastic for WWE's fucking revenue. Like, basically, for ESPN, they would need to sell 800,000 monthly memberships to break even. They ain't selling that. Now, these big, like, so there's a bit of confusion.
But people are just looking for content because, like,
they need the content.
Yeah, they need content.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about. Now, going on about wrestling content, before we get into today's topic, because it is a fun one, we said we'd have a bit of a fun talk.
Have a bit of banter.
Right? But before we kind of get into that, we've touched upon this as well before. The fucking streamers. That
big talk of them today.
Oh my god! But like we've been talking about it for a while, and we even, if you look back on our watch-alongs, we're like, let's create a fake moment where we're like, oh my god, this is amazing! You fucking disingenuous fucks.
Remember that guy?
No, like right, I might be dead inside, right? But you are like just a fake piece of shit.
Remember the guy crying over Enzo Amore's?
What the fuck?
Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was the worst, most egregious thing I've ever seen.
But like even Meltzer's done it, where they're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it!"
Now, I do think, right? I think there is a place in wrestling for streamers and reactors.
Yeah, but like
but the fakeness has to go.
But it's a show. I suppose. So they're presenting their show, and this is their character on their show.
Because they get a way better audience than us.
Oh, we've no audience.
We have a bit.
We have about 7 people. Yeah, more than all Elite Morro. We have more than your shitty show. You're whispering up in your fucking bedroom.
It's an office, and I don't whisper.
It's not an office.
It's an office.
It's not. It's the kitchen. It's the corner of his kitchen.
It's not. It's an actual office.
It's the corner of the kitchen. You need set dressing, man. You need to dress that shit up. Are you wearing pants when you're doing it?
Wear pants. I never wear pants.
Sitting there half chubbed.
I'm not wearing pants right now.
Half chubbed talking about the fucking collision there.
Yeah,
and Stokely Hathaway. Stoked my...
Today was a bad day.
Why?
The G1 just fucking fell off a cliff.
Why? Yoshitatsu isn't on top anymore. Is that the same Yoshitatsu from fucking...
Yoshitatsu isn't in it. That's a different guy. You're thinking of Yota Tsuji. They're fucked it. Look. All Elite Morro, Monday night. I'm going to Mondays. I think it's better.
You're competing with Raw.
Yeah, I'm competing with Raw.
Monday Night Wars.
Yeah, because you're going to start releasing videos on. These videos are on Sundays.
Not always.
Oh yeah, he's going to follow me around.
No, I did it on. I released it on Monday because we were joking about it. I was like, I'm going to fuck a counter program.
I'll talk about Monday night in detail, but they've just fucked the booking
The
of the
Monday
G1.
Night Mars.
The Monday Night Morro, yeah.
No, the Monday Night Mars.
The Monday Night Mars.
Yeah, it's like Wars, but it's your name.
But I can be Monday Night Morro.
Speaking of Yoshi Tatsu, what a fucking segue.
I'm sure he's a lad who's had
today,
scrap.
Right, today we've talked about WWE, or last week we talked about WWE Unreal, right? And we talked about how we're not really getting to see behind the curtain of it, unfortunately. You know, it wasn't what we anticipated. And we'd love to know what really goes on behind the curtains.
Hang on, what was the best wrestling behind the scenes documentary?
Beyond the Mat.
That or
Wrestling with Shadows.
yeah, one of them gave us a real backstage scrap moment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But we
Sorry.
didn't even see the scrap.
I know, but like we felt it.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Right, so today we're going to talk about fucking scrapping and fighting. Fucking bang the heads off each other for real. Right, boys. Some of the backstage fights that have occurred from big meaty men slapping meat in the ring and then that boiling over backstage.
Yeah. Now, disclaimer: I know jack shit about this.
All right, we're not going to talk about it. Thanks very much for listening.
No, I know a bit.
All Elite Morro, you can check out his little Yoshi Tatsu G1 fucking moment.
I'm here to learn.
Yeah, okay. Well, Yoshi Tatsu, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, him and
Hardy man, I'd say.
him and Sheamus apparently have had had one scrap. Now Sheamus has since come out and said, "Oh, that's just internet rumors." I think it could have been over a protein shake.
Oh, deadly.
Yeah, back in like 2009, and Sheamus has had maybe possibly with Unico, the former Sin Cara.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he rubbed everyone up the wrong way.
He got in a fight with Jericho apparently. Unico.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like apparently he's had a few different little scraps. Alberto Del Rio was
I can
another
see
possible
that.
one.
Wait, Unico or Jericho?
Unico.
I'd say-
Sin Cara. Jericho now he's someone
He's had
that's
his
higher
fair
up on the
share.
list.
I-
Yeah. But I kind of respect his kind of attitude towards these things. So remember when Brock Lesnar elbowed Randy Orton at SummerSlam 2016 and like he legit
When they did the
they had the
bleeding
match.
hard way. Yeah.
And he legit split him open.
Yeah.
Apparently Jericho was waiting for him in Gorilla and got in his fucking face.
Yeah.
Like getting in Brock fucking Lesnar's face must
Ballsy.
yeah, that is so ballsy.
Yeah, did he go for like a single leg takedown on him or something mad?
No,
they were
that's
separate.
that's a different story. But
Because like I think the story there was this was pre-planned. I remember Brock took the gloves off and everything, and even hit him a few boxes in the forward.
but like busting him open hard way was pre-planned.
Yeah, with Vince. It was pre-planned with
How
Vince.
did you know you were going to bust Randy though? Like how do you know? So you hit him with an elbow.
Yeah, so you slice with the elbow and it just opens fucking shit up.
Fucking hell.
And that was pre-planned because Vince at the time had banned
Blood.
blading.
Right.
So they decided with Vince they were going to some of these things are very hard to verify.
You sure?
Of course I'm not sure, like.
Yeah.
But I think that was pre-planned and Jericho, it was just a tight-knit thing again.
Yeah.
And Jericho's like, what the fuck is this dickhead doing?
He's taking liberties.
He's taking liberties. When in fact it had been like Randy agreed to allow Brock to fucking... Now maybe that's something that they came up with afterwards to quiet down the rumours of people being...
But I kind of respect Jericho for like
Straight up.
having that gall and just been like, Randy's my friend, and you've just done something to my friend, or whatever. Even if he wasn't friends, you've disrespect. Like in Jericho's eyes, you disrespected the business. You've taken liberties.
Your in-ring partner,
exactly, and you've taken liberties. And I'm going to fucking say it to you. Yeah, I don't care if you're a UFC fighter or a former world champion. I don't care. I'm fucking stepping up to you.
That's ballsy as fuck.
And like I love, like I know a lot of people have different opinions of Jericho, overstayed his welcome and stuff, but he is one of the most, I think, fantastic careers in all of wrestling.
Yeah, look,
when you consider AEW, WWE, the amount of time he spent there, what he accomplished in WCW, ECW, New Japan, even in New Japan when he was like the fake Liger.
Yeah,
like he's had
the Smoky Mountain stuff was
Smoky
deadly.
Mountain, the Thrill Seekers with Lance Storm. Like that's an amazing trajectory.
Like I think as well, right? We were in the weeds of his latter day AEW run where it just got stale as fuck,
Which is something strange for Jericho because he consistently
normally
reinvents
doesn't,
himself.
No,
I remember when he came back in 07, he got retired by Cena at SummerSlam 05. He came back in 07.
He went into the Shawn Michaels stuff.
No, well, before that. So I think it was with JBL. It was his first match back, and people just weren't buying it. And then he did the heel turn, and then went into
Sorry,
the
you're right.
stuff.
The heel turn there was fucking magnificent.
It was phenomenal, yeah.
I think, like, as well, once there's a bit of distance created from that latter day AEW stuff, we'll kind of tend to gloss over that when it comes to his overall legacy.
Oh, yeah. But, like, I'm talking about...
Because his initial run in AEW was fucking class.
It was class, Le Champion. But, like, he's done movies. He's become a rock star. You know, he's got to play at Download Festival and his own... Like, he's done everything he's ever set out to do. And he's done it with, like, balls. He's not afraid to speak his mind. You know, he's obviously gotten in arguments when he first came into WWE with, like, you know, he was in that thing with Triple H and he gave China a black eye accidentally because he worked a program with her, and you know, like, what he's done is phenomenal, and I admire his ballsiness, especially when you look at the WCW
he always
stuff.
Stood on business.
But when he did the WCW stuff and he tried to create a feud with Bill Goldberg without Goldberg wanting to be part of it,
that's one of his, I think, most like crowning creative achievements.
Yeah,
what he did in that period, trying to build that on his own, was like ultimate fascinating
that's
television.
when Ralphus came about.
Fucking brilliant.
JPS.
Getting lost backstage.
Yeah, the Spinal Tap. The Spinal
Tap. Yeah.
You know,
so good.
But Goldberg took such
umbrage
to it. Yeah, and fucking like said, I'm not doing your comedy shit or whatever, and went for Jericho, and Jericho grabbed him in the guillotine and choked him the fuck out.
Jericho jumped Gilly straight up, like,
and you're just like, that's a cool, that's cool. Especially because
I remember
Goldberg was up here and Jericho was like perceived to be down there in also, the Indian caste system, as he calls it,
and also, like, you know, we were young or whatever
system,
but Goldberg had the perception of being like a legit tough guy. Yeah, and when you hear, like, I remember being young hearing that he went for Jericho and Jericho got him in a guillotine, I was like,
that doesn't make sense.
Like,
what? How did that fucking happen?
But then, like, you know, you start to realize that some of these guys are like actors, like, you know, and but
like, some lads believe their own fucking hype.
I think Goldberg believes his own hype.
Oh, 100%. You can even like from the discourse after his retirement match and the way he was speaking and stuff, you're just like,
yeah. But didn't he say years ago that, like, he wouldn't lose to anyone who he didn't think could beat him in real life? Like, you'd be surprised how many people there beat you in real life.
But, like, even Matt Riddle, like, do you ever see their altercation? Like, whether that was for camera or not, but Matt Riddle is like, yeah, I'll be there anytime you want me, bro. And he's just like, I'm not your bro.
Yeah, that was real awkward.
Like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Like, I hate Matt Riddle as a person, but Matt Riddle would have kicked any version of Goldberg's ass.
Would have kicked his fucking head in. I remember one time I was doing jiu-jitsu, right? And one of my first classes, and they put me with this guy, and he was quite small. And he sat on the floor, and I'm like, I'm gonna fuck. He climbed up me like a tree and just wrapped me up and tapped me. Like, in the space of those 5 minutes sparring, I tapped out, I'd say, about 6 times.
I remember having this conversation with, I had a recent conversation with a friend of mine who had started jiu-jitsu for the first time. He'd just done his first 2 sessions. And I said to him, have you been tapped out yet by a 14-year-old? And he was like, no, sure. I was like, no, come back to me. Yeah. Because it will happen.
It's so humbling.
It's humbling.
It's so humbling.
I got, like, schooled by a 14-year-old one time. And like that, he tapped me out like 6 times in 5 minutes. I was like, this is a kid. Like, I'm a teacher. And now, luckily, he's not in my school. But if he knows anyone in my school, and like goes and tells his year 9 friends that he tapped out your fucking teacher, my credibility's gone forever. I felt so like, now this guy was like, you know, high level, but like, he just, like, a 14-year-old just minced me, like.
Well, like, we kind of mentioned people that you wouldn't believe would beat up someone else. Yeah. I remember at the time, now that I'm more knowledgeable, I was like, all right. But when I heard that Booker T bet the shit out of Batista,
I was shocked.
I could not believe it.
But in hindsight, makes perfect sense.
So what happened was, they were doing a shoot for SummerSlam.
Yes.
And Batista, I think, showed up late, was acting like a bit of a diva, according to Booker T. And Booker T put him in his place. Now, Fit Finlay apparently disputes that. But I remember that talk around at the time because they had to go into a program with each other.
Yeah, very soon.
Was this during the King Booker kind of phase, I think, around SummerSlam 06?
Yeah, I thought it was heel Batista phase, no? Maybe I could be getting
I think Booker, because Booker T wasn't far away from going to TNA, but I think this is around the King Booker phase, and I was like, shit, like they're going to have a match with each other, and is this going to turn into real life? I remember being legitimately intrigued.
Hype?
Yeah, I was intrigued.
It always does.
Like just that little bit of fucking.
Yeah, all right. There's a bit of needle here.
Yeah. But like I couldn't believe it, especially like I know Booker T. He had a hard life growing up, and but so did Batista. Batista had a fucking incredibly hard life growing up.
Like fucked up shit as well.
Dirt poor, fucking doing bouncing and stuff, and.
Yeah, and I think, like, in hindsight, like, obviously, you see Batista as a big beast and all that. Booker T's a big fucking dude as well.
Massive.
But also, like, because Batista went and did a bit of, like, MMA after as well.
Yeah, he had one fight against that really fat guy, right?
Yeah, and, like, he didn't go for, like, he wasn't, like, Punk trying to go into UFC or fucking Brock Lesnar. Like, it wasn't, he kind of knew his level and stayed on, like, kind of a more regional circuit thing. And, like, did he have one or two? I think maybe two. The one, but he actually looked okay, like, yeah, but like I would say two of those were kind of fairly hardy, like,
Yeah,
I wouldn't like to fight either.
It added an extra oomph
to the program,
which is why it's so annoying when you think of Brawl Out and what could have been. So CM Punk gets in a fight with the Young Bucks. Kenny Omega's involved. Ace Steel is involved. Larry the Dog is involved.
Kenny was trying to save Larry the Dog and got bit.
Someone got hit with a chair.
There was a chair thrown.
And you're just like...
These are the stories.
These are like... You're kind of going, okay, so what actually fucking happened here? And how can they turn this into something money-wise? Yeah. Because that was going to be the biggest story, I think, in wrestling. Especially with Punk coming, when he did come back after the injury. I thought they were doing a genius way to work Punk's injury. They were like, that was a massive fucking blow up backstage. Punk knew he was injured after the fight, so we just did this angle saying that they got in a big argument, got in a big fight, and I was just waiting for the
shit got legal fairly quick, didn't
it? I was just waiting for the fucking.
I think the thing there, and I know for ages afterwards, like we weren't doing the wrestling show at the time. Jeez, we might get on good numbers off that if we were. But I think
because I'm Team Punk,
and I'm Team Bucks. But I think once shit went legal, that killed any chance of a fucking program happening.
Which is so unfortunate. Like, didn't Kenny Omega kind of express how he wanted to...
That he would have liked, to
do something with it.
Yeah.
Especially when, like, the boys came back, Bucks and Kenny came back, and they started doing all of Punk's moves.
To me, that signalled that they would work a program, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I thought it was like, it's building to something.
Yeah.
And this was still during the phase where I'm like, it could be a work.
Yeah, no,
like Tony Khan's a genius.
I dismissed the work idea fairly quick. I hoped it was a work, but I think fairly quick I realised, it's not a work. Fuck.
And then Punk and Jack Perry gets into it backstage.
Yeah.
And like we're sitting I'm not with you at this stage, but we're sitting in Wembley Stadium hearing that Punk has had an altercation backstage.
We were in the same, that was our like first time we were in a wrestling WhatsApp group together. Because I was supposed to go to that All In.
Oh, right.
And my work dates changed and I had to fly back to the Middle East. I couldn't fucking stay in London. So I was in the WhatsApp group and I was at home watching All In. So I was like checking Twitter and seeing all these reports. Sean Ross Sapp. Like these things were coming up on Twitter about a backstage incident. And you were in the stadium and you were kind of like, what's going on? And I was like texting into the group and like, there's something about Punk getting in a fight with fucking Jungle Boy backstage.
Why did he get in a fight? He said Cry Me a River, and you're like, the real glass, and like that's the stuff you want to see. However, when we did see it,
was not.
When the Young Bucks presented that, we were like, what pieces of shit. You've done fucked up now, boys. That like showing the backstage incident, and you're like, why would you bother?
I also felt though it made Punk look a bit like a pussy more than anything.
Not really.
He swung when Jungle Boy like put his hands up to his hair, like, you know? Like, he waited for him to be engaged before fucking swinging. I was like, you can clearly kick this kid's ass. You don't need to.
You don't know. Jack Perry could have taken fucking
maybe
karate as a young kid in the 90210.
Look, I watched Punk's UFC fights, and he was a terrible UFC fighter, right? But like,
even to get into the UFC ring, you have to have
he
fucking.
Trained in a he trained in a top level pro gym, like, you know what I mean? Like, he trained for several years. Like, he could kick most people's asses in that context, you know?
Yeah.
He didn't need to take a cheap shot at Jungle Boy. He could have just fucking sparked him if he wanted, you know? But yeah, that was just Punk had lost his mind at that stage, you know? He wanted out. He wanted to get fucking fired, like.
And, like, he's had a few kind of, I wouldn't even
scrapes.
Say... Yeah, I'd say kind of
altercations.
But like I don't know if any of that have got as physical as those
either
two.
Of those two, yeah.
And you can't really be doing it, but it is fun to talk about.
Look, like, I don't condone violence in the workplace, but also it's very funny.
Yeah, like speaking of funny violence, Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle got in a fight backstage.
Yeah, that's to me sounds fucking deadly now.
Yeah,
because it wasn't like a thing of you probably know this better than I do, but wasn't it a thing of like it was almost like a sharp blow up, a blowout, and then I laughed it off afterwards.
Kinda. So what happened was they got in an argument over something because they were working a feud at the time.
Yeah.
Eddie, I think, was like forgetting spots or was quite tired or something. Obviously, you know, he passed away not too long after.
Yeah.
But he fucking shoots a double leg takedown on the Olympic gold medalist wrestler. And he gets wrapped up.
Yeah, obviously,
very, very fucking quickly.
It's like, I think, like, didn't someone have an interview? Was it even Eddie going like, I fucked up?
No, like, yeah, they were like, what were you thinking shooting a double leg takedown on an Olympic gold medal wrestler? And he was just like, still angry. He was like, because I'm fucking stupid. You're like, yeah, I love when you can own that shit.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Like, have you ever been in a situation where you've just like, I should not, I remember being dropped with a headbutt one time. Standing outside Mazzoni's. One guy was saying something about my friend, I won't say what, and I went, what the fuck did you say? And your man didn't even flinch. He just headbutted me, and I fell to the floor, and his friend started kicking me, and I was like, what the fuck is just after happening? Why did I try and stand up for him?
There was a time...
Or there was one more time where I seen a guy get in a fight. He was getting bet up by 4 guys, and I run over. And I'm like, guys, stop. And I pick him off. And I was a big guy at the time. I was kind of like throwing him away. And then I stood up and I was facing these 4 guys. And the guys that they were beating up just got up and legged it. I was like, fuck. Bang, bang. I was like, oh, shit.
I was, years ago in Cork, I had a kebab and a can of Coke in my hand. And I don't know, somehow me and some lads started mounting off at each other. And... you know, I was like, square up to this lad, like, you know. And he just so nonchalantly took the kebab up my hand and threw it across the road.
Oh, heartbroken.
And I was just like, I was there, I remember thinking, like, I totally regret this because now my kebab is over there.
Yeah.
Like. And I was like, do I stand here and fight the guy or do I just, like, shuffle over and pick up my kebab? Because it was still wrapped up, like, you know.
Oh, you should have got it.
I fucking went for the kebab. I was like...
Of course you did. You had to.
I was like... no hard feelings. Good move. I'm getting my kebab.
I used to bounce in fast food places, and they'd stay up until 4 in the morning. Yeah, so where, like, when everyone's finished in the nightclub or get kicked out of the nightclub, where do they go?
Yeah, straight to the chipper.
Straight to Uncle Sam's or straight to fucking Supermax. And yeah, I've seen some shit, man. Yeah. It's like fucking Nam. Like,
I got hit with a motorbike helmet on the head at 2 o'clock on a PM. On a PM.
Why?
I had a little scrap. And
you get hit with a motorbike helmet.
Somebody came back and hit me with a motorbike helmet.
I got hit in the head by a car.
That's not good.
I fell out in front of a car, and as I was getting up, the bumper just went boom. I've had, like, look at the scars on it. I've had a lot of fucking scrapes and scraps. But so have professional wrestlers, and that's what we're getting into right about now. Like Angle and Lesnar, they kind of had like.
Was that more of like that
was set up
an exhibition, amateur wrestling match?
Yeah, but like I think, like with the it's such a telling thing. So with the egos that all these people have, obviously an NCAA wrestler and an Olympic gold medalist,
NCAA champion.
But like even here, I remember when I heard a story of Kurt Hennig and Brock Lesnar on the plane from
Flight
hell.
from hell or whatever it was called.
Whatever it's called. Like, and they're wrestling on a fucking plane.
There ain't much space on a plane.
Nah. And like they're hitting into fucking
emergency doors and shit. Yeah.
Like I think Vince and Kofi Kingston had a thing on a plane one time where Vince
such a mad combo.
But Vince was saying shit to Kofi and Kofi wasn't standing up for himself and Jericho got involved and it's like, you have to fucking say something.
He'll never respect you.
He'll never respect you if you don't. Angle and
I would have loved to have seen the Angle Lesnar one. They did that in the ring, I think, pre-show, didn't
where
they?
like everyone around
I think like it started off at like as a little bit of a joke, but then they got not like heated, but they started fucking getting after it.
The fucking Angle and Vince apparently had like they were having a wrestling match and Undertaker got involved and choked out Angle. Didn't
like Vince say you won't be able to take me down or something? And Angle was like,
which shows balls for Vince.
Yeah. Well, also Vince is like, I'm the boss, like, you know, like Vince is fucking psycho. And Angle was like, yeah, I fucking can. And then the Undertaker was like, didn't he like misread the situation and be like, fuck
yeah, he just woke up.
Came in.
He just woke up and he's like, that's my fucking cash cow.
Yeah.
You get off my cash cow. I'm milking this bitch, not you. Sid and Arn Anderson.
This one is fucking wild.
So this is a bloody scissors fight.
This is wild.
It's nuts. Okay, so I'm reading this now off ProWrestlingStories.com. JP Zarka wrote it on the 20th of September 2024. In October 93, in a hotel in England, Sid Vicious and Arn Anderson were involved in a brutal altercation that left both men seriously injured. The infamous scissor fight is remembered not only for its violence, but also for the strange escalating tensions that led to the brawl. So let's get into it. A heat exchange broke out between Sid and Arn after Arn overheard Sid insulting Ric Flair. Initially, cooler heads prevailed. However, after some time to stew over the confrontation, Sid returned to Arn's room, allegedly striking him with a chair leg when Arn opened the fucking door. The altercation quickly escalated, and then a big fucking fight ensued with a pair of scissors. And like, that's fucking nut. Like, getting nasty, boys. We flew, whatever, it was 7, 8, 9 hours across the country. We got on a bus, wrestled, drove 9 more hours till 6 in the morning. Arn and Sid and a couple of other guys went to the bar, and that's when it all happened. What happened between...
It was scissors bad. Bar happen back upstairs at the hotel rooms. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
Like, Arn
that's what I'm saying. Arn went to bed.
Yeah,
so Sid was slagging off Flair. Arn went to bed, and then
got himself worked up.
Yeah, and then the door was open and someone got hit with a chair leg.
And then Arn came out with scissors and fucking stabbed the shit out of Sid.
Yeah. So, like, Sid apparently said, you want to know what's wrong with our business? We have an old man in Ric Flair who needs to get out of the way. So that pissed off Arn. So this is what Sid said. As I was going to my room and a bunch of other guys were in the hallway and he broke a beer bottle and threatened to cut me. Arn did. My room was only a few doors down from his. I passed his room, took a left, went into my room about 4 doors down. I got in there and I wasn't going to sleep real nice. I wanted to go back to the bar, but I went into my room, ate part of my sandwich and said to myself, man, this guy, I have a bad temper too. I thought, this guy threw a beer in my face. Now he's threatening me with a broken bottle. There was a chair sitting right there, so I broke a leg off it and I was going to go whack him in the head a couple of times. When I got back down there was nobody in the doorway or the hallway and Arn's door was shut. So I knocked on the door and said, come on out here, bring your beer bottle. Some words were exchanged. I couldn't totally hear him, but I heard him falling down and stumbling around and I thought, oh, he's fucked up. I looked at my hand and thought to myself, this is stupid, so I threw the thing. You can look at the records the police had. The stick he said I hit him with never touched him. It was 20 feet in the opposite direction. So Arn comes out, I had left, turned my back, saw his door open, turned around, he's standing there with a pair of scissors in his hands. I just went like this with him and I said, hey man, this has gone too far. And he's coming after me. I don't remember getting stabbed in the beginning. What's this, a fucking AEW show? But there were 2 doors in the corridor and he backed me up there and I had nowhere to run. When he came into me and got close, I think I hit him one time and he fell down at my feet.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, he got proper fucking stabbed, man.
Yeah.
They were covered in blood, Too Cold Scorpio says.
It's fucking...
Man, you're killing me. Or so I said, man, you're killing me. I had the scissors in my hand. I looked down and saw him and I'm like, he's all fucked up.
Has Arn spoke about this?
I don't think so. Maybe he has. From the perspective of WCW official on tour. No, this doesn't have anything from Arn in it. Arn Anderson's heartfelt reflection on Sid Vicious's legacy. So this is after Sid died.
Yeah.
The wrestling world lost a giant. He was definitely a monster. He left a mark in the business that people remember. He had the best look. He said really nice things.
Yeah, he probably regretted it like the next day, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, man, how many times have you regretted shit after drinking?
Yeah, I never stabbed anyone though.
No, either have I, to be fair. But that's like
I've regretted much smaller things, so I'd imagine if I stabbed someone with scissors, I'd really regret it.
Like, you think about like these behemoths going head to like Big Show and the Great Khali.
What? Yeah, they had a fucking
Yeah, so apparently
Great Khali isn't very coordinated. I wouldn't fancy him in a scrap.
so Great Khali was doing like Big Show's shtick in the ring.
Right.
And Big Show was like, I think with a chop, he was telling people to shush before he chopped them, and like that's Big Show thing. He was doing choke slams and stuff.
People were shushing on the chop long before Big Shot.
And Big Show was kind of like, hey, that's my fucking shtick. I'm the only giant here. And he was like, hey, don't do it. And Great Khali was like, no problem, bro. Or what's the problem, bro? And then he went out and did it. And then they got backstage and they just started swinging at each other. I think they like proper connected with each other. Fuck. And Jericho is in the middle of it, just kind of like, I can't fucking, what can I do here?
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing I can do here.
Like, these are gigantic individuals.
Yeah, or the time Vader got his head kicked in by Paul Orndorff in flip-flops.
That's a fucking mad one.
So that was a misunderstanding. So apparently Vader had to be at a photo shoot, but was told he didn't have to be there, and Paul Orndorff was waiting on him. So Paul came up and was like, hey, Leon, what the fuck? Like, you know, you have to go. Got in an altercation, and Paul Orndorff kicked the fuck out of Vader.
Paul Orndorff looked like a hardy dude, all right.
He looked
but
like,
so did fucking Vader. Like.
So I'd say a lot of those things, because Orndorff would have grown up, maybe Vader to a degree, but he would have grown up in an era. But Orndorff was like, you know, when Vader was in his pomp, Orndorff was pretty. Mr. Wonderful was
on the wind down,
phased out. Like, you know, he headlined 1985 WrestleMania, but he would have grown up when with the wrestling industry going, if you get challenged in a bar and you lose the fight,
you're fired.
You're fired.
Yeah,
like you're done.
Yeah.
Which I always like, because apparently Jake Roberts was never good at fighting. You're kind of like, oh, how did he worm his way out of shit? But like, and that's such a fucking toxic environment to be in.
Yeah. Now they all just sit around and play PlayStation and stuff.
Yeah, and then have Undertaker give out about how soft they all are.
Yeah.
But it's immediately a lot more healthy. Like
it's way healthier.
You don't generally hear of like proper backstage fights nowadays.
No, just like, and like the Punk ones weren't like, you know, I don't believe to have been particularly violent by any degree, you know what I mean? Not like fucking back in the day. What about is it JBL and Steve Blackman? That's a very funny one.
So JBL and Steve Blackman, they were in an airport, and JBL was just annoying Blackman, I think, on the flight and everything, and Blackman was trying to sleep.
Was JBL seen as like a total bully at the time?
Yeah, like people would say he would like get in a shower with people and be like, oh, rub me up and all this kind of stuff, like just trying to make them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is, but like I have heard those things just through forums and stuff. But like, you know, the hazing culture of WWE at the time would have been quite rife. Yeah. And even after that to a degree. So yeah, Blackman just fucking, I think, roundhouse kicked him in the face.
I don't know.
But like, I think he fell over a bag as well at the same time and hurt himself.
Gave him a bit of a comedic fall, like.
Yeah, but like JBL, you know, he got fucking sparked out by Joey Styles.
Yeah, that's a great story.
It's such a fucking, like, he's bullying Joey Styles, and Joey Styles just stands up to him, punches him one fucking slap.
Yeah, connects perfectly.
Knocks him out. I remember Joey Styles coming out on Raw, like, the big fucking grin. He didn't say anything, but like, he came out on Raw and he had a big grin.
The
on
world
him.
knows.
JBL had a black eye that was like make-upped over and stuff.
What's the Savage Hogan one?
I don't know much about Savage. I know Hawk and Randy Savage apparently got in a fight at a Kid Rock concert. So they were over in Japan, and apparently, so Lanny Poffo, which is Randy, the Genius is Randy's brother, said that Hawk thought Macho Man was cracking on his missus, and Lanny Poffo was like, looks her everything to Randy, and I've seen Hawk's missus, and she's not great, or whatever the way he fucking talks, and so apparently Hawk thought that. And then, as Savage was going out for the main event, had a pop at Savage. And Savage went out, still wrestled, then came back and went looking for fucking Hawk. Yeah, and then apparently, a few years has passed and they were at Kid Rock concert.
In Japan?
No.
The first story's in Japan.
The first story's in Japan. And in Florida, they were at Kid Rock concert. and varying stories of what happened, like who won or whatever. Oh, Hawk said he tried to patch things up and Savage said no. And then Gorgeous George, which is Savage's missus at the time, was saying, oh, there was fucking kitchen or the fucking taps ripped off, the urinals ripped off the toilets and all that kind of stuff.
Holy
so
fuck.
like, imagine walking in and seeing those two going fucking at it.
Yeah, two big boys as well, like full to the neck of juice.
Yeah, the Ken Shamrock and the Nasty Boys, I think they had a fucking proper smack about the place as well.
I'd pay to see that.
Yeah, you go and have a look at that. Or the Dynamite Kid.
Yeah, what's that one?
So
Wasn't he another fucking notorious bully?
yeah, like I've heard stuff about him like super gluing people's assholes together when they're asleep and stuff. But yeah, he was a bit of a piece of shit, to be honest with you.
Well, I think so. Yeah.
Like there's
his life would make some fucking film though.
he had a fucking gun to his missus and all this kind of stuff with one of the Hearts. But yeah, he was like being a big bully to the Rougeaus. And
fuck with them, to be honest.
well, apparently one of them you could have fucked with.
All right.
Like in terms of like it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
But the other was used to be a boxer kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he was fucking with one of them, and then as he was coming in from coming into the fucking venue or whatever, I think it's Jacques Rougeau, had a roll of quarters in his hand. And he's holding them, and he just fucking knocked out Dynamite's two teeth, and then fucked off. And like he's lost his teeth, and people attribute, I know he had his back issues, but people attribute that happening to him in WWE, like he lost his pride. They were made straighten it out or whatever, and Dynamite was never the same.
Fucking hell. Yeah. He's a piece of shit.
But you reap what you sow. Like that's why when you hear about JBL being a bit of a fucking asshole,
when you hear the Joey Styles sparking JBL, it's like because like remember what JBL did to the Blue Meanie and stuff like.
Yeah, like you look at ECW One Night Stand and he just beats the shit out of the Blue Meanie, and then he gets fucking cracked with a chair by Stevie Richards on SmackDown. You're like,
yes, Bret and Shawn, infamous.
Yeah, Bret and Shawn, apparently. Like hearing Cornette talk about it, it's just like, God, they didn't really. Even Shawn said it wasn't really, or Bret said it wasn't really anything. It was just hair pulling.
Yeah.
Which just seems like, they were your world champions. They were just pulling each other's hair.
Yeah.
But Bret sparks out Vince.
That's like all-time favourite. Like Vince on TV the next night with a fucking shiner. Like that's just glorious. And glorious comeuppance,
Like, I would have given anything to be able to see that happen. Like, Shane McMahon says that Vince was going to let him have his shot.
Yeah.
Where Bret was like, he did not let me have a shot. I just caught him with a fucking uppercut. And he said that was the end of him, pretty much. He just kind of fell to the ground.
Deadly. I'd love to have seen that. You see, like, because Wrestling with Shadows has the footage of Vince and them coming out of the office.
Yeah.
Vince looks all over the place. Like
this JB Zarka lad, I'm on ProWrestlingStories.com as well. He has another one, and this is about Brian Knobbs and Jerry Saggs of the Nasty Boys. So
with each other?
On this night with Ken Shamrock.
Oh, yeah. I don't know much about this.
So it's like, Ken was... he wrestled in a small-time promotion called South Atlantic Pro Wrestling in the Carolinas.
What year is
this? This is 1990. So Shamrock wasn't even in WWE.
Yeah.
So Shamrock was with...
Shamrock hadn't even gone to Pancras.
No.
That was 1994.
Nasty Boys were fulfilling their final day with the company before going on to WWF. After the show, a few of the wrestlers were at a local bar. Shamrock was there with a friend from the ring crew and his friend's girlfriend at the time. Brian Knobbs sat at a nearby table, went out drinking. Next thing I remember... When I woke up in the bed, we were sleeping, the bed was facing the wrong way. We were at the Ramada Inn and the bed used to be this way and now it's that way. So I went, Sags, something happened last night. I was carrying the strap for South Atlantic Pro at the time and we were at the club. I was with a friend of mine, the guy who set up the ring, a nice guy. We had travelled together from time to time and he and his wife were fiancé with him. We were sitting up by the bar and the Nasty Boys were already there. We had come in and they had already had a few drinks and were tipsy and messing around when they reached over and grabbed her tit. Shamrock continued. My buddy goes, hey, come on. She was really mad and shocked. Like, what are you doing? She was well endowed. But I wasn't saying anything because you don't want to get in the middle of the boys, whatever, let it roll. But Brian Knobbs did it again. And now we're talking about borderline, he was grabbing her. She made it very clear it wasn't okay. My friend was a little bit more upset. Shamrock went on, but he can't take these guys. I said, come on, guys, enough is enough. And what are you going to do? Are you sleeping with her? I thought, oh man, whatever. And then Knobbs did it again. And that's when I lost it. I got up to go after him. What I didn't know was that the bartender had already told the bouncer that these guys were doing and were just about to kick him out when the bouncers saw Knobs do that. This is a bouncer who had just got out of jail, a real big dude, 260 pounds. He saw me going at Sags, so he grabbed me from behind and squeezed me. Hey, Ken, yeah, I was fuming, big time fuming. I went to the hotel, knocked on their door because I was going to get in their face. Listen, that's uncalled for. Nobody answered, but I knew they were in there, so I ended up kicking the door down. And as I kicked the door down, the shorter, heavier one, the blonde one, was laying on the bed face down. So I kind of paused, and that's the last thing I remember. From what I was told, when I came through the door, the big one was hiding because they were afraid because I was pissed. The other one was lying there on the bed saying, he ain't coming, he can't come in. Well, when I came through the door, the big one grabbed his phone and the bottom had a steel metal plate underneath it. And as soon as I came through, he hit me in the back of the head. I went down and then he put the boot to me. They both had steel toe boots on. They broke my sternum, my nose, and pretty much almost killed me. They dragged me outside to throw me off the railing from the second floor onto the ground. And at this point, one of the guys, I don't remember who, he came in and he said, hey guys, you need to stop. He stopped them from doing what they were about to do. Had he not done that, I wouldn't be here today.
Holy fuck.
That's nuts, man.
That is insane. That's insane.
I think they got in another argument after that though. Because Sags was going around bragging to people that he bet up fucking Ken Shamrocks. Bet up Ken Shamrocks. Shamrocks, why am I saying Shamrocks? But a few leagues later, when Shamrock was in the WWF, the three of them, but this is the story I heard, three of them bumped into one another at an airport. This led to a confrontation for the first time since 1990. That thing happened years ago. Get over it, said Knobs. Owen Hart, who was traveling with Shamrock at the time, approached Sags and began stirring the situation even further.
He was a notorious shitstar.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
According to Sags and Knobs, Shamrock came right up to Knobs' ear. He was all riled up. Knobs, in his recollection of the event, calmly said, listen, you're going to miss your flight. Sags then continued to Shamrock, first of all, if you have a problem with it, do something about it, because I don't. Sags then turned to walk away. At this point, Owen Hart took Knobs' bags out of his hand as Shamrock started to get more heated. Ken was bright red. Thanks to you, because of all these lies, Ken was just a different guy than who I knew who wrestled. Now he's coming off this whole tough man deal and everything. He was a lot bigger, the whole deal, and I saw him storm away. And that was pretty much that. I haven't seen Ken Shamrock since.
No actual major scrap at the airport.
Yeah. Well, apparently, but Shamrock was like they shit themselves.
Yeah.
Basically, when I came up to him.
Yeah, you don't have a weapon.
I think fucking Ken Shamrock coming at you.
Yeah, I've interviewed him,
On your fucking dead podcast.
He gave us an hour.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Sid, I think, and Brian Pillman had a bit of a fucking
Brian Pillman had a few, didn't he?
Loose cannon, man.
It was a loose cannon.
Obviously, we've touched upon New Jack and the stuff New Jack has done. Apparently, him and Sign Guy Dudley had a fucking thing.
Yeah.
And they wanted... So I think he hit Sign Guy, and the ECW locker room wanted him fired.
New Jack
before he became
New Jack.
Even more New Jack.
Yeah,
this was right after the Gangsters run with Smoky Mountain.
Yeah,
and
all-time great run.
And yeah, he never fired him, and probably should have considering
the shit that went down.
Everything that went down afterwards.
What company was Mass Transit?
ECW.
That was still ECW. Was it? Yeah.
And that's just taking liberties in the ring. That's a bit different than backstage fights.
The guy wasn't even a worker.
Like Jim Cornette slapping the shit out of Santino Marella. That's
so funny as well. Why did Santino take it?
So obviously, you're a new guy.
Yeah, I know.
VW or whatever. I think it's to do with the Boogeyman. Santino was with his daughter, who's I think Ariana Grace.
Yeah.
And she's just kind of laughing at the Boogeyman, and he was meant to be scared. So Jim Cornette just slapped the shit out of him.
Jesus Christ.
That's the way they would handle business back then. Look at Dave Schultz.
Sure, smacking the shit out of that reporter. What's that reporter's name?
Richard Belzer?
Yeah.
Is that him?
I think it is.
Yeah. Open palm slap.
He fucking leathered him,
But, he got fucked over for it.
Yeah. Big time.
Nails going after Vince.
I'd love to see that as well. I legit thought Nails was an actual ex-convict.
That was a great thing about Nails, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, he looked his gimmick.
I enjoyed his match with Big Boss Man as well.
I can't really remember, to be honest. But he, Nails, whatever about him in the ring, I don't really remember. But he fucking looked the gimmick. It suited him very well.
I'm surprised, obviously Shawn Michaels got his head slapped in by a load of Marines.
Yeah.
Before, had to like they did that whole angle on Raw where he like fainted after he got his head slapped in and stuff. But I'm surprised. I know he had Big Daddy Cool and Scott Hall and stuff in his corner, but I'm surprised more people didn't fucking slap his head. And when you consider how
The
much
match he did in the 90s, yeah.
like in Bam Bam being a victim of the clique and fucking PCO being a victim of the clique, and
because like Bam Bam and PCO don't seem like the type of people you really fuck with either. Like,
yeah,
but then when you have a clique and you're close to Vince, and like they were like heavily close to Vince,
yeah,
I suppose it's hard.
Any other you can think of?
No, I don't like. This was a learning experience for me.
Really?
Yeah, I knew about a few of them and stuff.
Like we spoke about the Great Inoki and the Great Antonio.
Oh, that's
the Great Inoki, but Inoki and
like that's just a beating for the ages.
Yeah, like any
he
from
fucked him up.
Any
like.
from Japan that you would.
No, not off the top of my head. I don't. Yeah, I just don't know a whole lot about the topic of backstage fights in general. I'm sure there was loads in Japan. Like you go back to the 70s and 80s. Like Ricky Dozan got murdered by a Yakuza member.
Did he?
Yeah.
What?
Like he was young, like 30 something, 38, 39.
Like, are you saying murdered as in like beat up, or murdered as in like
stabbed?
Fuck.
Yeah, there was like a
he's dead. Like he died from it.
He died from it. Yeah. And the guy went to prison for it. For like,
what was it over?
Oh god, right. So Ricky Dozan he became like quite rich from wrestling.
Richie Dozan,
and did he own he had owned like some bars and sports clubs?
Wasn't paying the Yakuza.
No, I think like the disagreement was over like a woman, or I could be conflating two stories here. But him and this Yakuza guy had a disagreement in one of these bars, and like Ricky Dozan was a fucking heavy drinker, like mad, like loved going on. He like the stories of him is he'd like literally leave the ring and still covered in sweat and blood straight to one of his clubs and just like get on it, like, and him and this guy have a disagreement, and it spills over, and like the guy stabs him, and Ricky Dozan goes to the hospital, but then like checks himself out like the next day, goes on the lash again, and I think like maybe gets like an infection or some sort of fucking sepsis, and fucking dies from it. 39 years of age, biggest star in Japanese wrestling, like still ever, like, but died at his peak of stardom. That was, I suppose, like he almost became immortal because of it. Like, when like someone dies at the
Bruce
peak of
Lee.
stardom. Bruce fucking Lee, like, yeah. And then the Yakuza guy gets like maybe manslaughter or something, and goes to prison for several years, and then comes out, and every year since then he became like a top leader of the Yakuza afterwards. Okay. But every year since then goes to Ricky Dozan's grave and like begs for forgiveness to the grave and shit.
Really?
Yeah. No, I think that guy's dead now as well. Like this happened in fucking 1960s. But yeah, fucking over a barroom brawl essentially. Ricky killed Ricky Dozan and became like a boss of the Yakuza after like years later or not.
I'm gonna throw a few names at you and tell me who'd win in a fight, in a real fight.
Okay.
That might be fun.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre or Sheamus?
Sheamus, Irish. Have to pick
think
Sheamus.
so?
I don't know.
But like
I have to pick
Yoshitatsu
Sheamus.
apparently bet Sheamus.
Yeah, but I'm going
And
with Sheamus.
Unico.
in this. Is that the story? Unico beat Sheamus.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Those fucking Mexicans.
I'm going with Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, but I'm going Irish on this one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but you're blinded, man.
Yeah, I'm blinded.
You're blinded.
Yeah, I'm blinded.
Nia Jax or Charlotte, because they've had a few fucking scraps. I'm going Nia.
Yeah.
Yeah. CM Punk
Yeah.
or Seth Rollins
CM Punk.
because of the UFC thing.
Just he has some training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gunther
Right.
or Cody.
Gunther.
All fucking day.
Gunther all day.
All fucking day. Rey Mysterio or Omos.
I'll go with almost. Just like
Almost. Almost and almost. MVP or Chris Jericho, because they had a bit of a fucking thing apparently.
MVP.
Yeah, then MVP have a bit of a fucking. Apparently, him and Jericho had a falling
I
out.
think MVP had a falling out.
Maybe he
with a few
slapped
people.
him or something. MVP.
I believe there was a slap involved. I can go with MVP in that one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
MVP or Mike Bailey.
To see their video afterwards.
Yeah.
That was very good. That's how you handle these things.
Yeah.
That was that's how you handle a fucking leak
Dispute.
of. Yeah.
But if it is even genuine.
If it is, we don't know.
Bobby Lashley or Brock Lesnar.
Brock.
Yeah. But Bobby's like the boxer.
Yeah, but I've seen Bobby in MMA as well, and Brock beats him.
I don't, but like what, like when you think about Brock's fights in MMA, you know, Mark Hunt, fucking
the Mark Hunt one was
Heath
fucking
Herring,
joke.
Randy Couture.
He beat Randy Couture.
But Randy Couture was all...
He beat Shane Carwin.
Yeah, but he got fucking Velasquez fucking kicked the fuck out of him.
Velasquez, like the thing about Velasquez is like...
Was that the diverticulitis?
That was after, but also Velasquez is legit one of the best heavyweights in the history.
Yeah, well, he got his win back anyway.
Yeah,
Extreme rules. Extreme rules. But who did Velasquez? Who did he lose to? I remember Overeem.
No,
Alistair Overeem.
Overeem beat Brock afterwards.
Yeah, but he kicked him in the stomach.
Need the fuck out of his diverticulitis.
That's what it was. Yeah, diverticulitis.
That was such a terrible matchmaking. Like, why are you putting over Brock in with Overeem?
That was in 2012, I think.
11, 12, yeah, maybe 11, 12.
I was in Australia watching it during the day.
Sunday afternoon, like.
Yeah.
Brock beats Bobby.
Brock beats Bobby.
Yeah. Because he'll get the takedown easy on him.
Who do you think would win the fight, me or you? You immediately thought yourself. I know you did, because you have the MMA training.
Yeah, me.
I have fake wrestling training, though.
I know. I think I'm going to back myself on this one.
Hey, fuck you then. Let's throw down.
Let's go.
I've had a few slaps. Who would win in a fight? Let us know. Right? Comment below. Because I'm winning in the ratings. All right? I'm winning in the ratings, baby.
I need something to discredit you. So, hurt your credibility.
I'm an undefeated boxer. Did you know that about me?
I did. You told me this before.
I'm 1-0.
Yeah. I am not 1-0.
I had one fight that I won on points.
I am not 1-0.
No?
No.
Brawl for all, people are saying.
Brawl for all.
Haku and Bruce Bar Beefcake.
Oh, Haku kills everyone.
Haku, yeah, taking out guys' eyes.
Haku versus Brock.
Haku. I'm going with Haku just for the legend.
Like street fight, no rules.
I'm going with Haku. He'll take out your fucking eye, man.
That's what I mean. Like, yeah.
Did you ever see Eddie Kingston trying to take out Chris Hero's eye?
Was that legit?
Yeah. Hearing Chris Hero talk about it, you're like, what the fuck is he doing?
They made up afterwards, though, didn't they?
I don't know. Sure. Apparently, Eddie Kingston still fucking hates Claudio Castagnoli.
Eddie's a persistent worker.
I don't know what happens there. I don't know what was purported to have happened.
Yeah.
Anyway. But that's about it. Backstage fights, kind of.
Who'd win? Done for Johnny the Beast Martis.
Oh, the Beast.
All the Beast all day,
baby.
The Beast all day, baby.
I think if we were to have like all four of us,
a brawl for all.
If we were to have a brawl for all, but we all had to like fight each other.
Yeah,
at least
it's
once.
A group stage.
Dumphy loses every time.
Every fight.
He is getting his ass handed to him. I mean, boom, knockout from Mortos, boom, knockout from Morro, boom, knockout from the beefy boy.
How about we do a brawl for all, where me, you, or Johnny the Beast don't have to fight each other, but Dunph has to fight all of us.
Dumphy has to fight everyone, and it's like we'll frame it as the underdog story.
Yeah,
this is our storytelling. We'll frame it as the underdog story, but he never wins.
Yeah,
ever.
It just wouldn't be realistic.
It wouldn't be realistic.
We're going to Goldberg this shit. It wouldn't be realistic.
It'd be like Gilbert beating Goldberg in wrestling. It just doesn't make sense.
Couldn't possibly happen.
Couldn't
possibly happen.
Fucking the James Ellsworth of the podcast. Spike Dunphy. That's what we're calling him.
Spike Dunphy. I'm sorry, Dunphy.
I'm not. That guy is on a fake wrestling stratosphere.
Oh
man.
My god!
He's
going to be in.
He's going to be a star.
He's going to be in WWE within a year.
He's going to be a star. He's the next Stokely Hathaway. He's the next fucking James Ellsworth.
Makes me sick.
Anyway, this has been the Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show. Who'll win in a fight, me or Morro? Let us know. I've been the big beefy boy. He's been a little bitch. My fellow old buck. Yeah, all late Morro Monday nights now.
Monday nights, 8 p.m.
Why not Sundays? I like the Sundays.
Well, the next 3 Sundays are difficult for me, so I feel like I just should say Monday night.
He's not committed.
Well, I just have stuff on. It's wedding season in Ireland, man. Everyone's getting married.
I get a wedding invitation. No, I do.
What?
Don't open it.
I know, but I'm officiating one of them.
You're a celebrant.
Yeah,
you're going to do like Eric Bischoff.
No, like
in 3 minutes.
Yeah, I get to cut a promo. Like, you know what I mean? I've been working on my promos.
Let me tell you something.
Father. Something, Father.
Anyway, that's been the Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show. Like, subscribe, comment. Who'll win in a fight, me or Morro? Let us know. Oosh.